So reflections on tonight. How's it looking for you, and any thoughts on what's happening nationally?
As far as Tiverton and Honiton are concerned, I'm really humbled by the fact that I've got 35,000 votes, which is a really very good result. I also have to pay credit to my Labour opponent, who got 15,000 votes, which, considering Labour has never been very strong in this seat, it was a good result for them. Now, when it comes nationally, I am very disappointed in the result. Our one silver lining in the cloud is Scotland, where we're over, double figures in seats. Other parties have won seats from the Scottish Nationalists, and I don't think there'll be another referendum in Scotland about independence. So I think keeping the United Kingdom together, and I'm a unionist, I feel that's really good. But nationally, as far as putting a government together, I think we can probably just about manage to do it. I've lost personal friends, lost seat Oliver Colville down in Plymouth, and I'm really sad about that. And I think, we will have to reflect on the fact that people are worried about our hospitals, worried about our schools, worried about various things that are out there. And I think there's got to be reflection. I also think we probably will have to have a little bit of a look at how we came about our manifesto and what we put in it, because that has to take some of the blame.
How do you rate the overall campaign of the Conservatives this term?
I think if I was writing a school report, I would say we could have done better. And I think that's probably the understatement. I also think perhaps when you're in government, it's more difficult because in this county of Devon, we control the government, we control the county, and we control the districts. Everything that's out there that might be good, but anything that's bad is down to the Conservatives as far as the vote is concerned. So quite easy in opposition to knock. I do actually think Mr. Corbyn did offer a lot of things which he probably couldn't have afforded to bought in the end, but he nonetheless won the campaign. And of course we're inclined to think that campaigns don't matter, but I think in this instance they probably did.
As for Theresa May's leadership through this election campaign, she's kind of sailed you up the paddle, hasn't she?
Well, Theresa May called the election because she believed she wanted a stronger mandate, especially for Brexiting the European Union. Unfortunately, we've got a weaker government now. I think we can probably form a government with the help of the Ulster Democratic Unionists and possibly Ulster Unionists. But it's an interesting situation, of course, because don't forget the opposition will be made up of partly Labour, part of Scots Nats, and don't forget after the bloody nose that the Scot Nats have had, they may not be very cooperative with anybody for a while. I think there is enough majority there. I just want to make sure that we can negotiate a strong deal as we leave the European Union, and I just feel we've made life a little bit more difficult for ourselves.
As for yourself here in Tiverton, Honiton, do you think it'll be 5 more years, or what do you think is going to happen next?
Well, I put in my one of the statements in my leaflet was 4 more years. Now, whether I had a sort of a thought that it was only going to be 4 years and not 5, I don't know. Or it could be that we transposed some from the county leaflets and it had 4 years on it. But I couldn't possibly admit to that. I think I can't see us being in any great hurry to go back to the country, but it depends. You see, if we can't put a majority together in Parliament, we might be forced into it. Personally, although I'm very happy and humbled by the number of people that voted for me in this constituency, it is an awful lot of work, an awful lot of effort, from the district councils, from all the staff, let alone all that we do, the electioneer. So I would not look forward to that, no.
In an emotional sense, how are you feeling right now? Obviously, in 2010, we saw you come into power as Labour were fading away. 2015, grew on that, was able to leave the coalition and govern with the majority. This time, a new experience for you, having faded away a bit.
Yes, I mean looks like we will still be by far the largest party, and I think we should still be in government. But it's not where we wanted to be. But I think for the good of the country and for good of getting a deal as we leave the European Union, it's right that we pull ourselves together, pull the government together, and get on with it.